Welcome, everybody! Casting for Two, the official podcast of that one guy named Chris. This is episode number 76. 76 coming at you, baby. Dang, you know what? I was going to try to make this an free episode or opening, and I just said one. Okay, I know I can't quit cold turkey, so what I'm going to do is just get that one out of the way and no more. And I said it the second time just to tell you that I said it. So, okay, 2, that's fine. That's fine. I almost did it again. Okay, 3, that's fine. That's it. For anybody who would like to keep in contact with me, they can do that on Twitter and Instagram. It's both at castingfor2, as well as you can email me at castingfor2@gmail.com. And I did it again, damn it. 5. Anybody who would like to talk to me on Twitter, please don't send me spam through my direct message. It's annoying, and I'll unfollow you. So thank you. I have a good guest. That was not an I have a good guest today. Her name is Megan Johnson, and she is the writer and founder of tipsywriter.com. It's a website that everybody should be going to because it's so positive and it gives you life tips to be happier, to get, the girl that you want, all those. And it's so easy to read, It's just a great site. I'm starting to lose my voice. And so everybody go on our website and subscribe so that you get it in your email every morning. And I'm done talking about I don't know why dramatic pause. I'm done with this intro. I want you guys to hear me talking to Megan. So let's get into this episode. And Chris, cue that music.
I'm doing well.
What are you up to this morning?
I was doing client work and then showered, got ready and stuff. So kind of a slow morning for me.
Gotcha. What time does your morning usually start?
My morning, I usually get up around 9 and then get to work around 9:30. And by get to work, I mean I move into a kind of a makeshift office that is set up in my living room. So It's not too bad of a commute.
Right. Yeah. You just got to watch out for traffic some days.
Yeah. It's really rough. Sometimes the dog walks in front of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Jophilia because my makeshift, well, it's not a makeshift. I have a desk. It's across from my bed. So there involves some rolling and then into chair.
Oh man, you just don't be careful. I heard the speed enforcement there with the rolling is what you have to worry about.
I have gotten a couple of tickets, which I'm missing my court date for this, but I think this felt a little bit more important to me. So,
yeah. Well, in that case, I'm honored.
No, anytime. But I'm excited to chat with you because I've been now. I've never had a writer. I mean, I've had people who've written screenplays and stuff like that. But how would you call your writing? Is it blog or is it something else?
I would say, at least for what I have out right now, then probably purely blogging.
Okay. Because to me, like if somebody goes, somebody called my writing, oh, you blog? It's like, no, man, screw you. Okay, I'm a writer. I'm not a blogger. That's just what I interpret in my head. That bloggers,
Right.
yeah.
I think there used to be more of a negative connotation as far as blogging goes, and so people would hide the fact that they were blogging, and like the worst thing you could possibly do was call them a blogger. But I think, especially since people seem to be moving away from physical media, that blogging has become much more acceptable to be a blogger and tell your friends that you're a blogger.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because I guess it all follows money. I guess because once people start making money off of something, that's when that certain thing becomes reputable. I mean, podcasting, it's like it's just something some guy does, and then these people are getting money off of it with all their ads and stuff, and then now it's a profession, I guess.
Right. I had always heard growing up, I grew up singing, and I had always heard like, oh, well, once you get paid for something, you go pro. And so I got paid to sing at a wedding one time. And after that, in my kid mind, thought that I was definitely a pro singer.
Right.
In blogging and digital media in general, I think it's a little different just because it's so easy. You hook your website up to an ad server or, AdSense or whatever, and you make a few cents here and there, and suddenly you're pro. I don't really know if that's what I believe, but I mean, I am all for people making money on what they love to do if that's what they want to do. But at the same time, I look at really great people who don't make a cent off of their passions, and I think that's great too. So I think what we used to look at as a money making, like once you make money, then you're good sort of thing. You're a professional. I don't know that is the modern way of saying that you've made it. I don't really know what I would say is the modern way of saying it. I don't know. I know a lot of people like to put a page views number on it. It's 80,000 page views a month, and I don't know.
but aren't they just kind of sitting there clicking refresh over and over and over?
I'm sure there are those people out there.
I mean,
and I wish I had their time.
Full disclosure, when YouTube was it was right on the cusp of becoming a really big thing. I used to post videos, and I would go to random websites that would refresh the page for you, and so I would leave it on my video and just walk away, and then I would be like, look, my video got like 200 views, I'm popular. And then I would try to impress people, and then I stopped doing that because I was like, who cares?
I've heard of that happening before. I don't know. I think with YouTube, it's a whole different ball game. And same with your newer things like Vine, which are counting your views, which are all great and good. But I think with those sorts of things, then there's some social cred to seeing that number go up, especially if it's huge. You're seeing them in the millions these days easily. Whatever way they want to do it, that's fine. But I wouldn't personally think I would be able to sit there and be like, I'm popular and be like with this one refreshing website.
Right. Well, see, I was 17 at the time.
Well, 17 is a whole nother world.
Yeah, and this was way before YouTube partners were introduced. It was just fun. So I don't know. I was just this kid and was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm popular.
I really think that YouTube partners are great, and I'm not huge into YouTube. I watch YouTube, but I've never made a YouTube video or anything. But I think that when you start to lose out on that 17-year-old mindset of this is just fun,
right,
then it loses something about it. So I think just because those page numbers aren't, or those views aren't, in the millions like those partners have, you you're still having a lot of fun.
Right, exactly. You know, it's just I've always believed in having fun first, and you know everything will kind of take care of itself. So I'm not going to do something that's not fun, basically.
So
That is why I do this show, because it's very fun for me. I get to chat with amazing people. So why wouldn't I do it? Keep doing it. It's fun. I don't really care if I make any money off of it because I have a good time.
absolutely.
So yeah. So there, and it's funny because my buddy, because I was a part of another podcast, the first podcast, which kind of started everything, got me in the door. He was very much statistic driven.
Right.
So he would look at views. He would look at, you know, oh, this is tracking, blah blah blah. I have the capabilities of doing that. I just don't. I don't. So he'll always ask me, oh, hey, what are your numbers? I don't know. I can tell you my dad listened.
Hey, go dad.
Yeah, I know. Shout out, Dad. Go to sleep.
I think there's a lot of peace of mind that can come from your approach too. I know when I started blogging, I was obsessed with page views. Like I'm talking like checking every 20 minutes to just see who was looking, where they were looking from. And I'm not going to say I don't check it now or that doesn't matter, but it's not why I do it anymore. And I think once I swapped my mindset from these numbers matter to these numbers are just a reflection of who is listening, then I really found a much higher level of peace of mind because I wasn't driven by it anymore. Mm-hmm. And so I think your mindset is a much, much better approach.
Yeah, it's how I handle everything. You know, it's just because the one thing I love doing, really, really love doing, is I love film,
Mm-hmm.
and if I make money off of it, you know, great. If I don't, I you know, whatever. I don't really care. I just want to tell stories that I want to tell, and work with good and fun, interesting people. But it's not really necessarily like I need to make millions off of this, because I know, like, realistically, it's not going to happen. But you know, I can get something that I want to tell. So
right, and you never know; it may click one day, and those millions might surprise you.
Yeah, I'm sure. If that happens, I'm going to be probably crapping my pants. I would make the worst millionaire because I wouldn't know what to do with it. I mean, I'd probably buy a couple of Blu-rays and that's it. I'm not a car guy. I have a good TV. You know, it's like,
Hey.
If you had $1 million, what would you get? Would you get an actual office?
I don't want you to be under the wrong impression. I have a real desk.
Oh, okay. No, like outside of your home.
You know, I really love working from home. Yeah. I don't think so. It's kind of funny because I've had this conversation recently of what I would do if I came across $1 million. Mm-hmm. I live in San Francisco, so $1 million is like hardly a down payment on a condo.
Right.
So realistically, I'd probably try to buy a house. Fun-wise, I would probably get season tickets to all my favorite sports teams.
There we go. Okay. All right. So now you got to what sports you like and what teams you like.
So I'm a huge sports fan. I know that people on Twitter who follow me are probably a bit fed up with my sports fanaticism, but my number one team. I love NFL, and I'm originally from Atlanta.
Okay.
And so I'm a huge Atlanta Falcons fan.
Okay. All right.
So I used to have season tickets. I missed those days, but moved out here, and now I just watch them at 10 in the morning when they come on.
Right. Okay. I nothing against the Falcons whatsoever. If you said the 49ers, I mean, again, my dad probably would have been mad because I grew up a Cowboys fan. My dad grew up we're all Cowboys here, so.
Right.
So, and them and 49ers don't get along.
Oh, no, I'm not ooh, I might have some people here who are not happy with me. I really don't like the 49ers. I think if I were to get tickets to a game here, I would take the trip across the bay and go see the Raiders.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. The Cowboys, you guys are waiting for Adrian Peterson to just show up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, now, I'm a fan of sports. I like sports. I think they're great. Do I follow it? Nah. I mean, so as far as, my buddy, because basketball is another one that I like, and they'll talk about players and stats, and I'm just like, hey, that team lost.
They're doing well.
Yeah. I always compare it to last year, they did better than last year, so that's good.
Again, not a statistics guy.
Yep, nope. Just numbers I don't care for. Don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just so funny just because I love those people who really get into it. And,
right.
And the point where I start to chime in is when they say we. Like, oh, if only we got those extra points. I'm looking like, who's we? You didn't do nothing.
I very clearly remember not seeing you on the field.
Yeah. It was like, no, I was right there. See, look, I'm right here. Like, okay, fine. All right, that's you. All right, we. But yeah, my buddy has the habit of doing that, and I always correct him no matter what.
Well, one day when he's out on that field, you'll feel really bad.
Oh, if he's out on that field, I will be. If he's on that field, that is the day when I become a millionaire from one of my movies.
Yes. All right. So making a list of things that we need to keep track of.
Yeah.
Your friend on the field and how to become a millionaire.
Yes.
So that we can see your friend on the field.
I would love to see that. I mean, he probably would be on an ultimate frisbee field, but I'm more generated towards football, so.
Yeah. Frisbee's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, sort of college. Yeah. But so you mentioned you sang when you were younger, and you went pro at the age of what?
Maybe like 13.
Okay, you went pro at 13. No, so was singing something that you wanted to do, and when did writing kind of come in?
So all through, I was in my first musical theater show, play, whatever you want to call it. And my mom would know this better than me, actually, probably 5th grade. And then I just fell in love with singing and acting and things like that. And I did that all through high school. And I joined I guess you can call it like a competitive singing team in high school. And I did that for a while, and everyone really wanted me to go into music. I was in band, I had done singing, theater, everything. So when I was in an a cappella group in my first couple of years of college, but it just never clicked. Mm-hmm. So I think everyone's been a little surprised that I actually went the writing route rather than the music route. Mm-hmm. And I would say that probably I would be the most surprised. It's not that I didn't love music or didn't want to do music. I didn't know how to grow up and make a grown-up career out of it in the way that I loved it, because I loved the going and the camaraderie that you had with your competitors and things like that. And there's nothing out there, at least that I knew of at the time, that existed like that in a grown-up setting. And so I went to school, I went to college, and I was that person who, when you asked what I was studying, wanted to tell you that I was majoring in life. And
yeah.
It turns out psychology is about as close as you can get to that.
Well, yeah, except for like life serial, majoring in life serial.
Right, yeah. That, I don't recall that being on the course catalog, sadly.
No. Man, if you were in school in Oregon, it would be in there.
And so I studied psychology, which was very writing based. Mm-hmm. and I think that's kind of where I fell in love with writing, totally unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no regrets over it, but it's definitely not what I planned for myself, and I couldn't be happier with it. But I definitely think I'm the most surprised of anyone that I ended up in this position.
Well, it's like they always say, you know, writing is really singing with your hands.
Right.
So, I mean, it's all the same. We're just doing it differently.
That's true. Although I would be a terrible songwriter.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'm right there with. I can't write a song to save my life. You put a gun to my head. It's like, well, just pull the trigger because orange. I'm stuck. Just shoot me.
I have tried to write music or write songs, lyrics, and stuff like that, and I think I end up sounding like a really bad Backstreet Boy revival. Something like it's not pretty, and I hopefully, to my knowledge, no one has ever heard it.
So we'll see. Now I want to see that band of the bad Backstreet Boy cover band.
Right.
I want to see that now. Except it'd be Backstreet Girl.
Yeah.
Although I think it'd be kind of funny if you were to like cosplay as you know, one of the guys. I'm forgetting one of the bad boy. What was his name? AJ.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was an NSYNC fan, so I don't.
Oh yeah, see, I was way more of an NSYNC fan. So okay, so you cosplay as Chris Kirkpatrick.
Okay.
I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll have to work on the dreads, but.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want, somebody gets into character, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than being Joey. No one wanted to be Joey.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even think Joey wants to be Joey.
Oh man, we've been seeing a lot about these, like, you know, 90s, early 2000 revivals of boy bands. Where are they? Where is NSYNC?
The problem with, let me tell you the problem with NSYNC. Justin Timberlake is just like, no. That's his thing. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Too busy deciding if I'm a singer or an actor.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Timberlake. He's a talented man, though.
Absolutely. I would love to be Timberlake.
Do you have a favorite Timberlake anything, whether it's movies, music?
Definitely Saturday Night Live.
So yeah.
Yeah. Like, let's go down to whateverville.
Oh yeah. I can't think of him right now. Homelessville. There we go.
I think if there's any Saturday Night Live episode I watch, it's when he's on there. You have to watch it.
No, yeah, I'm a pretty avid SNL watcher, so no matter what, I'm watching it.
I haven't watched that much this season. I don't.
I can't miss it. I get grumpy if I miss an episode, even if it's not good. I need to keep watching it. I just enjoy it that much.
I think I watched the anniversary episode that was like 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched it in segments, as I feel like was the only way to watch it because it's so long. And then I feel like I guess I just felt like I had my fill of SNL for the year, and I haven't watched it again.
There you go. You had your fill for what, 40 years?
Yeah, something like that.
My favorite Timberlake anything is when him and Britney Spears dressed up alike in jean and denim.
Yes.
And he had the cornrows.
Yes. That picture is still around. That's how classic that moment was.
I'm surprised I don't see much of it during Halloween.
Okay, well, now that I have a Halloween costume idea.
There we go.
Solves a lot of problems.
There we go.
Just don't make me do my Backstreet Boy revival.
Oh, that's well, fine. All right. You'll be safe. But how did you? So you do psychology, you do the writing, you like it, you surprise yourself,
right?
How do you go to coming up with this blog?
So the blog's actually a funny story, and I will tell you that this is the first time outside of family that I've that I really talked about the origins of the blog.
Or okay, Tipsy Origins.
Yes.
Wolverine.
So, I had been considering. So the blog started back when I was still in college, and I was doing papers and tests and things, and I wasn't too concerned with writing for fun at that point. And my boyfriend was trying to come up with a name for a website that had something to do with writing. And so we were batting around ideas, and we were trying to go off of the word typewriter to come up with a name. And so I forget what names we batted around. It was really bad. We were just typing them in to see if the domain name was available. And I guess at some point I was like, Tipsy Writer. And he was like, no, I don't know. I don't really like it. And so I was like, all right, well, look and see if it's available, because I really like it.
Right.
And it was. And so I was like, just buy it, because I think we might come back to it. And so we bought it. And I guess it was like one of those like magical Disney movie moments where you're like, oh, I suddenly have a direction in life.
Right.
Where I was just like, I should do something with this. And I wasn't sure what to do with it. So I started writing about random things, whether it was an account of my day, or I wrote about celebrities, or things I don't even like really care about that much. And
Backstreet Boys.
Yes, definitely. Sadly, those have long been deleted. But yeah. So I guess for about the first 6 months or so, I just did whatever was convenient at the time. I would post one day, or I would wait a couple months and post, or whatever goes on in a college student's mind when they stumble across a website that they suddenly own. And it looked really awful. I remember the way the website looked was like it was straight out of Candyland. And for some reason at that point, I thought I really like pink. And so the website should be all different shades of pink.
Right.
It was 50 Shades of Pink. That's what we should have called it.
All right. Quick, get that domain.
I bet someone already owns it.
Yeah,
but yeah, anyway, so so I got through the first 6 months of 50 Shades of Pink. And I guess I kind of fell into a rhythm of, here's what I want to do, what I really enjoy writing about. And it really hasn't changed that much since then, because I decided that I wanted to take my background in psychology, because I had always said that I really wanted to help people, but I didn't want to go into clinical psychology or be a doctor or anything like that. So it wasn't, at that point, I was graduating college and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So this was kind of a good outlet for helping people, because that's what I had really wanted, but not having to really stress over my next moves. It was something that I could just easily transition into and figure things out from there. Right. And it was never something that I really intended to do long term, or definitely full time or part time or whatever. It just kind of happened, and so I at some point kind of sat down. I don't think I really formally wrote it out, but I sat down and decided, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to help people. I guess full circle, the whole idea of I wanted to be able to help people without wherever they are at the moment, whatever's convenient for them, I want to be there. But I'm not the type of person who I'm definitely not great at like hacking away at someone's problems. But yeah, so I guess that's how the Tipsy origins from 50 Shades of Pink to the real Tipsy.
And I mean, the reason why I was excited to chat with you is just because I love reading the website or, the posts that you do, just because they make so much sense to me. It's like, of course, if I do this, of course, I could be happier if I did this. Oh, I can be, I deal with stress if I did this. Oh, of course. And it's quick reads too. Cause
Right.
I don't want to, sit at a computer for long reading. Cause I'm a movie guy. I'd rather wait for the movie.
Right.
But 5 minutes. All right. Yeah. Let's give it a read. What's up? What's up? How can I deal with something today?
Right. And I think that because I'm the same way, because I definitely don't want to sit there and, I'm not gonna come out and say that all of my stuff is this novel new idea that you should go out and change your life over.
Mm-hmm.
You could read a medical study and learn a lot of what I sum up, but I know that your average person is not going to spend more than a couple minutes educating themselves on these things that really could be life altering.
Right.
And so my goal has been to basically take what I know or take what I learn, and I spend a ton of time reading. I would say I spend 5 times more time reading and learning myself than I do writing. Mm-hmm. Take what I know and condense it down into a very simple and very easy to implement system that anyone can do at any stage of their life and not have to dedicate half an hour to it.
Mm-hmm. You make it bite size.
Exactly.
There we go.
Or fun size.
Fun size. That's the name of the website. 50 Shades of Pink, fun size.
Absolutely.
You gotta see if all these domains are free.
Yes.
Do you have anything that you're looking forward to, whether, taking this to the whatever next step you want, or are you just kind of just going with the flow right now?
I am an arsenal of endless ideas. Mm-hmm. There's so much that I'm looking forward to. Recently, we launched livetipsy.com, mm-hmm. which is I've been calling it kind of this lifestyle division of Tipsy Writer. Mm-hmm. But it's basically these courses, and right now we have one up, and then there should be another one going up within a week or so. Mm-hmm. Right now all we have up there is a blogging course, but because my strategy has always been to help people wherever they are, these courses they're delivered to the person's email, one every day, so you can kind of go at your own pace. And then I also implemented a pay what you want strategy. And I do give this is what I think it's worth sort of value on things. Mm-hmm. But if someone wants it for free, it says very clearly, send me an email and I'll get you signed up. Because it's not kind of what we talked about in the beginning of this chat. It's just like, it's not about the money for me as much as it is about really helping people and being able to get people to a level where they feel confident in themselves and feel confident in their abilities and they're really at their best. Mm-hmm. So the money's nice. It allows me to keep doing things and providing the high value stuff that I feel like I can. But I also want, first and foremost, for it to be, accessible to anyone.
Right. Yeah.
Outside of that, so we have these courses. The one that's up right now is on blogging. It's called Blog Better. The one that's about to be launched, we're putting the final touches on it. It's a course on time management, which has been a lot of fun. And then kind of in the background for a while, I have been working on a book that's actually a kind of an extension of Tipsy Writer. And so that'll be going up. And then in the future, things that are just kind of floating out there, I'd really like to do some sort of conference sort of thing, whether it's just a meetup or it's bigger. We will have to gauge that when it comes time. But yeah, there are endless amounts of ideas, and we're not going anywhere.
There we go. So for the people at home, we've talked a lot about this. Where can they go and read your wonderful writing?
All right. So the primary blog, because I'm not ashamed, it is a blog. You can go to tipsywriter.com. And then from there, if you're interested in courses, then those are at livetipsy.com. Or if you're at tipsywriter.com, then there's a tab at the top. So that's pretty easy to find.
There we go. And did you have anything else you wanted to chat about? I'm going to give you the podcast floor.
No, I've had a great time with this, so I appreciate you chatting with me.
No, I appreciate you saying yes. Like I said, I love reading. I don't read much. So I read Born Standing Up, the Steve Martin story, and I read your stuff.
Wow, me and Steve Martin, I'm honored.
It's high praise.
It might be the highest praise I've.
I tried reading Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and I just got bored. I was like, I'll just wait for the movie for it to never come out.
I won't tell anyone that you were bored by zombies.
I'm so bored with zombies right now. I'm sorry. They're too mainstream. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. But Megan, I've had a wonderful time chatting with you. I'll let you go and do more wonderful things.
I'll try not to disappoint you or Chris Martin. Or wait, Steve Martin. We're not listening to Coldplay.
You know what? Okay, well, I'm going to add Chris Martin to that. So there's 3 people you can't disappoint: Steve Martin, Chris Hernandez, which is me, and Chris Martin.
I don't even like Coldplay.
Too bad. You don't want to disappoint him.
All right, what a way to finish.
All right. You have a wonderful day, okay?
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.